Hey everyone, thanks for tuning back into our YouTube channel here. We've gone over so many things over the last year, what we do, all the prep from the minute the deer season's over, from January 10th basically on till October 1st. And there's a lot of work that goes in there to be successful every year. If you look around our house here, how many mounts there are in here, how many giant deer and stuff. And that just doesn't happen by luck. That happens by what we do after the season's over. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. And we've highlighted a lot of those things, and we're going to do a whole bunch more this year. But one thing we didn't talk about last year at all is the predator control, and we do a lot of it. And luckily for us down here, we have a lot of people with coyote dogs. Now that coons and fur just isn't worth much, we have a lot of guys that there used to be all kinds of coon dogs and stuff. Now they've all kind of converted them to coyote dogs. So we have a lot of people doing that. So our coyote problem isn't as bad here as it is like on our Kansas farm, our Montana farms, and some of the other places, but we still have a lot of coyotes here and coons for sure. And now bobcats are really starting to take over as well. You're starting to see more and more of those, but we do a lot of predator control in the off season, and this is like the perfect time to do it. We're right in first part of March, but now they're getting ready to have their pups, so it gets another really good time. But we want to make sure we get some of these coyotes and a lot of the coons before they have their pups, because then once they do, it's a whole nother animal, like on our feeders, and especially when fawns are dropping for deer are having babies and stuff. There's just so many of those fawns get taken out by coyotes and bobcats. So the gun I got here is a 110 Carbon Predator 300 Blackout. I just love these. I've got several guns in that carbon platform like this with the carbon barrel, and they're so lightweight. And this one's just got such a stubby barrel. It's meant for basically, your suppressors on it. So we're going to set up, a couple of the guns with thermals. Got a couple of thermals. We'll have a couple of them with a SIG BDX scopes on them. And for every range, like this is a shorter range, like with a 300 Blackout, maybe up to shoot like 150, 170 yards. With this, we'll just sight it in at 100, and that'll be close enough for those close shots. But we're gonna go up to Montana and Kansas, and some of those could be long shots. So we've got this same platform in a 6.5 PRC. We've got it in a 6.5 Creedmoor that we'll use for some of the longer range stuff as well. So that's what we're basically doing. We're setting up guns for both long and short range, both with thermals and with scopes. I'll probably set up some with the SIG red dots. I'm gonna get some of the red dots on my pistols here. But especially when we get into the raccoon season and stuff like that, when we really start hammering those, we'll probably use more of the Savage 22s with suppressors on them, with red dots and stuff like that that are for close shots, and with thermals as well. But we want to have a whole range for wherever we go of these Savage guns, and they make them all. So this is basically just a breakdown of the guns and the scopes and the setups we'll be using. And over the next month here, if I get right up to planting season, we'll be coyote hunting and mixing that in. So those hunts, as soon as we get them filmed and we get out there, we got a lot of places to go, a lot of work to do. So you can just be looking for it in the next month or something, some of these coyote hunts coming up, and we'll show you how these work. And they've just been phenomenal for us over the years, and hopefully we'll knock out a bunch of predators this spring.